on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Welcome to Talladega SuperSpeedway and the iRacing East Circle B Diecast SuperSpeedway Series. Race number 2 of the round of 8. We are cutting heads tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and the only driver that is safe and is already locked in to the championship round next week at Daytona is Greg Marconi. Everybody else, there's 18 points separating 2nd through 8th. There is a lot to race for tonight. I know I say that often, but there are some guys in must-win situations. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you, joined with me by my partner in crime, the man on the ones and twos over in the production truck, Mr. Joseph Lester. And Joseph, I'm excited about this one because Talladega usually leads to some great action.
Yeah, I'm really excited, especially with these trucks. You can really lock bumpers more than you can with any other stock car or stock truck on this service.
Absolutely, and a couple of the trucks we are going to be watching for tonight. We are going to be watching for the, well, the 2 trucks that have the 5s on them. The 5 of the 5 of Mark McFadden and the 55 of Brian Tarnowski. And joining us now is the driver of the 55, Brian Tarnowski. And Brian, I wish we were talking about better circumstances, my friend.
Yeah, well, you know, take everything day by day. That's the way it goes.
Now, for those of you wondering what I'm talking about, as we mentioned last week, there are some fundraisers going on for Brian's lovely wife, Stacy. We're actually using the hashtag Racing for Stacy tonight. So if we could have you go ahead and put that in the live chat to let everybody know that you're supporting Stacy's battle right now. And Brian, I'm gonna let you kind of explain it because you know way better than I do what the heck's going on.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, 3 years ago, my wife Stacy, she beat breast cancer, and early February of this year, we found out it returned, but this time it was stage 4, so she's battling it for a second time here, and we're just doing what we got to do.
And that's pretty much all you can do at this point is just, be there for her as best you can, and don't take any day for granted. So we do thank you for joining us tonight, Brian, and we're going to be checking in with you throughout the event under any cautions. We'd like to have you be our in-race reporter tonight.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, like I said, I appreciate it. At least for bringing it up, but not just for Stace, but for everybody that's going through, that's fighting this stuff, any type of cancer. It's hard, it's tough, it's hard on the family. We do what we can, but that she's a lot tougher than I am. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah, we were talking before before we went live, and she sounds like a very, very tough lady, and if anybody can pull this one off, I'm sure she can.
Oh, trust me, hey, every day. That's what we look for. She beat it once, why not twice, right?
Absolutely. But Brian, we're going to let you get going in qualifying here, and we're going to be checking in with you if we go under caution.
All right, perfect, man. Appreciate it, and you guys have fun.
You too, Brian. Good luck. So, Joe, definitely not a situation we're happy to talk about, but we are proud that we're able to bring awareness to the situation and hopefully bring some help to the situation.
Yeah, it's just anytime you hear about something like that, you always want to be able to do something, but sometimes you can't really do anything. But with them, there is a GoFundMe we'll put in the YouTube chat.
As a matter of fact, I'm working on that right now.
And y'all can go down there, donate anything. Doesn't matter if it's $1 or $5 or any number. No number's too low to help them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, anything you can give to try to help is going to be greatly appreciated here. And we got to thank Mike Overstreet for actually starting this GoFundMe to help Brian and Stacy's situation. So we are going to continue to post this as, Brian's one of our own. And that's the one thing I can say about the iRacing community is, they do take care of their own. For better or for worse, racers help racers, and there's a lot of respect given throughout the iRacing servers. So I already see Rollman, thank you for checking in. Happy to have you with us. Miss Vicky, good to have you with us again. Josh Harrell saying let's go balls out racing as we are watching the 31 do his lap as Adams goes to the top of the pile and is immediately bumped off by Ben White in the 52 being scored as the 50. So once again, this is why we don't let tech officials drink before they hand out the transponders. But Ryan Worley out on track right now. Worley is one of our must-win situation kind of drivers as he comes out of turn number 4 to come down to take the green flag in that beautiful black and gold Midwest Motor Customs Ford F-150. Can he break up that Chevy stranglehold on the first 2 rows as Chris Worrell does bump out Brian Tarnowski, moving him down to the number 5 spot. So it was a good drive for Tarnowski to start relatively up in the field. As I'll tell you right now, Joseph, I'm liking the line that Worley's running right now.
Yeah, it shows a lot of promise. I could see him definitely getting a really fast lap here. It might not be a pole lap, but it could.
He's less than a tire width off that yellow line coming through 3 and 4. That's skill right there, and then right down on the apron.
Yeah, just trying to make that track as short as possible. You'll see a lot of guys do that in qualifying, and he's
Worley
taking it
to the
top of the
top.
board.
Wow.
Proving all the haters wrong.
And immediately bumped off the pole by his teammate, Bridger Olson. Good grief. Let's see if Marconi can join his teammates. As he's coming down, just finishing his lap. That's going to put him 5th quick.
P5.
Yes, he did. And I believe that is going to about do it. Unless they're rolling already, they're not going to get one in. So Jason Papp not posting the time, James Lowe, Brandon Wilson, Joe Gautier, Dan Stein, John LeBombard, Ted Pullen, Nick Wing, and Mark McFadden all are going to be lined up via their iRating. So we only had 8 drivers take time tonight. Not too shabby. And remember, there is a bonus point for biggest mover. So this could help out guys like Gautier and Pullen, as you know, they're 2 of your 8 as trucks starting to grid up now. Joe, who do we have up on the front row there?
On the front row, we will have Bridger Olson in the 49 truck. P2, we have Ryan Worley sitting outside pole. P3, we got Benjamin White. P4, we got Marcus Adams. P5, Greg McConey. P6, Ryan Decker. P7, we will have Chris Worrell. P8, we will have Brian Tarnowski. P9, we will have James Lowe. And P10, we will have Brandon Wilson.
That brings us through the first 5 rows. Row 6 is going to give us 2 of our playoff contenders. Joe Gautier, he's going to be starting inside Ted Pullen, who starts outside row number 6. Row 7 gives us Mark McFadden and Dan Stein. Nick Wing and Jason Papp making up row 8, and then starting shotgun on the field after taking a week off. We've got the 95 of John LeBombard. So 17 trucks scheduled to roll off here tonight. 80 laps of scheduled distance, unlimited tire sets, but they've only got a 75% fuel fill. So that's going to put us somewhere around lap 25-ish as far as fuel runs go under anger. Take a quick look at the weather while we can, Joseph. 76-degree ambient air temperature, not too bad. But that track temperature north of 100 degrees, that has me a little bit concerned because this track gets real greasy when the track gets up in there.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're going to see these guys maybe not as stable as they would with maybe a 90-degree track temperature, because the hotter that track is, the slicker the cars will get. Those tires will get hotter, and that could cause some trouble.
Absolutely. As the field's starting to roll it behind the Chevy Silverado pace truck, the official pace truck of iRacing. Looks like everybody rolling so far, so we've got all 17 trucks on track right now. This is going to be a good one, folks. Buckle up. Let us know who you're pulling for. I know, speaking of pulling, Cookie is going to be pulling for her boy, Ted, who's going to be starting right around the number 10 spot. So that's going to be a fun one. I know Miss Vicky is pulling for the ace of Jason Papp to pull it off. But let us know who you're pulling for. And while you're at it, use the hashtag Racing for Stacy, because we do have those 2 trucks in the field tonight, Mark McFadden and Brian Tarnowski, bringing awareness to the battle that Brian's wife is going through right now, and I mean battle. That is a very tough woman, and if anybody can do this, I'm sure she can. So, again, no fast repairs here tonight. So these guys are going to have to kind of mind their P's and Q's and X's and Y's and Z's and all those letters in between. But going to be a fun one, that's for sure. Whenever you turn trucks loose at Talladega, I guarantee you we're going to be three wide quite a bit tonight. As
Oh
the
yeah,
field,
for sure. We might even see some 4 wide.
we can, but that's probably not going to end anything but poorly. As the pace truck peels on off, now remember, all restarts and the initial start are on the green flag. As the field works its way into the tri-oval, say it with me, folks, the only thing that's left to do is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness, make sure the steering wheel's on nice and tight, because race fans, it's showtime! Olsen getting a good jump right now as he's got Ben White glued to his tailgate right now. Worley leading that top line. He's got Marcus Adams up there with him. Here comes the 6 of Chris Worrell to try to help his balls out teammate. Look for them to go around Worley at any time now. As Marconi right there as well. And he's got the 99 of James Lowe right there with him. So still 2 wide, about 7 deep. He's getting a little strung out towards the back of this thing, but these guys are picking him up and laying him down right now. Olsen on the low side showing the way as he has Ben White again glued to his tailgate. Here comes Worley on the top side. Give the lap to Worley, all important bonus point.
Yeah, these guys are side by side, and there's not but a foot between all of them. These cars are pretty squirrely. Trucks, my bad. But even though they're squirrely, they're gonna get some huge pushes, which could cause some trouble for them.
Absolutely, as Worley drops down in front of Olsen, trying to pick up his teammate. That's going to leave those 2 balls out drivers on the top side. They've got Ryan Decker up there with him, but Decker's a little too far back to be much aid right now as Ben White gets the blinkies.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, Ben White's about to have a throughput.
Yeah, he
4-digit paying, single-digit quality. You hate to see it because he's usually one of the stronger trucks whenever we come into the truck. As a matter of fact, I believe he got his 1 win on the season in the trucks here at Talladega. Right now, though, Marcus Adams gets the clear. Adams now leading. Yeah, go ahead.
He's already moved up 3 spots from that P4 position to take the lead. That's one of our biggest.
Absolutely. The biggest mover right now, though, belongs to the ace of Jason Papp, because he's currently up 5 from where he started, currently running in the number 11 spot. Adams giving the all-important bonus point to the 31. Again, that points battle is so tight right now. The only way to guarantee that you're going to Daytona is to win it. And the only one who's done so far is Greg Marconi, who did win last week at Daytona to punch his ticket into the championship round of 4. So Adams, Worrell, Worley, Decker, Olsen rounding out your top 5 as we're getting ready to start lap 5 here at Talladega. Best lap of the race so far belongs to the 90 of Nick Wing. As I'm digging it. The old Bell South Beach team. I like that. Adams continuing to show the way on the low side. Worley's got to be careful. He's been sucked up to that back bumper for about 3 laps now, and you got to think those gauges. As Adams dumps out of the way, that's definitely going to help Worley, and that's not. Because that gave Decker and Worrell the room to get down in front of him as they now lead the low line. As Decker peeks out just a little bit, try to get some clean air to the radiator of that Chevy Silverado as he's pushing the daylights out of that Toyota of Worrell. Coming across the stripe. Give the lap to Worrell. As Tarnowski's going to take 3 wide to get around Decker.
Wow. This is 3 wide and it's only lap 6. I can't wait to see what happens at like lap 80.
I pretty much guarantee you we're probably going into overtime tonight.
Okay, I'll remember that.
Just because there's so much to race for, there's going to be 0 Fs given in the final 5 laps.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they're not going to be given anything. All they're going to be doing is taking everything.
Absolutely. As McConey jumps up in front of Decker to try to pick him up. There goes Worley as they work around the high side of Worrell. As Worrell now has Bridger Olson and his teammate of James Lowe on that low lane trying to help him out. As right now Worley, though, getting a real good shove from his fellow Dudes Racing teammate, that's McConey.
Oh!
As they think about throwing the block, we're almost 4 wide.
They all got really squirrely there.
That was pure heads-up driving, and that's going to benefit Jason Papp to the point.
He has moved up 15 positions in 7 laps, people.
You sound shocked because he did the same thing last week.
Yeah.
That is Vicky's boy making her proud right now as Worrell and Worley hook up on the second lane. Yikes! Another coat of paint, they would have been in trouble as Worrell drops down in front of Papp to pick up that low lane.
Yeah. He had a huge push from, I believe,
or are you talking about Papp?
I was talking about Worrell. He got a huge push from Worley, and that took him to the front. And now the outside's kind of died off, but you get one more guy up there, that's gonna be a freight train.
Well, they're seeming to get it worked out right now. It's going to be a drag race to the stripe. Worley on the low high side, Worrell on the low side. Give the lap to Worrell.
Yeah, right now they're just kind of pacing themselves, filling out the truck. Maybe they're not totally comfortable with the truck yet, but about lap 60, 70, that range, they'll completely have that truck felt out, and they'll be able to make even bigger moves.
Well, here's the other thing to consider. Last time we were at Talladega in the trucks, we went caution free, so they can do it. They've proven that in the past that they can go the entire race distance without the dreaded yellow flag. But with as chippy as these guys already are, I don't know how much longer this is going to last.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that was crazy. There was a huge moment going down that front straightaway. Ryan Decker got all kinds of sideways. He managed to save it, but that lost him quite a few positions.
Oh! Jeepers! The 5 in the 55. We have a meeting of the minds. Let's go back and take a look at that one.
Ooh.
Tarnowski just timed it wrong. Looks like he went down to try to pick up McFadden. The only thing is, he was just a tick too close.
I'm trying to find a better angle of it.
TV1.
Ah, yeah, that was pretty big contact there.
Absolutely.
Well, that might not have been contact. That looked sort of like netcode.
Yeah, there was definitely netcode involved in that. But there was going to be contact if there hadn't been netcode.
Yeah.
Because Tarnowski was coming down the track as McFadden was kind of flirting with the apron there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Especially with everything that's going on. We were rooting for him. I know we're not really supposed to do that, but for him, I think there can be an exception.
Absolutely. You know, you kind of you get emotionally involved here, and you know, what we are going to do is we are going to reach out to the driver of the 5. We're going to reach out to Mark McFadden now as he's currently trying to tow that truck back to pit road. Mark, I know this is not how you wanted to be talking to us, but you had a decent run going right up until that point.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was definitely netcode. 66 got a little bit loose, but he didn't even get near me. We could have, as you like to say, could have got your sorry ass wheelchair through there.
Yes, I could have. I could have wheeled my fat crippled ass between those two trucks.
Yeah, sorry, no disrespect there.
Oh no, none taken. But no, I saw it. You know, and our fans saw it too. It was pure netcode. But if there hadn't been the netcode, there was going to be contact, as we've got wholesale pit stops happening for the entirety of the rest of the field, looks like. But yeah, Mark, you guys had a good run going, and you know, we talked to Brian during the pre-race, and you know, you hate to see the race end this way.
Well, especially when you consider the two trucks, right? You know, both racing for Stacy. So at this point, I do want to say, Stacy, we're thinking of you. Everybody in this league is thinking of you. Broadcasters are thinking of you, Stacy and Brian. So we just there's a big bunch of love going on here for you.
Absolutely, and you know, we have posted the GoFundMe link in the live chat, and we're asking everybody that's tuning in to use the hashtag Racing for Stacy, and you know, let everybody know that we're rooting for her to do it again.
Hey, every little bit helps, man. Every bit helps.
Absolutely, but Mark, we're going to let you get back to try to help your teammate there, and you were working with Gautier, right?
Yeah, Cujo and I were working together tonight. We may be teammates next year. All
right then. So I'm going to move you back up. Maybe you can try to help him if you can't get your truck fixed.
I'm going to be up another set of eyes for him until then. Thanks very much, guys. Have a good broadcast.
Yep, thanks. So Joe, we just heard it there. There's a lot of dejection in his voice tonight, but still a lot of racing left to do. There's still time to get back out on track, as I believe we're about to go lights out on the pace truck. And we do. And it looks like Jason Papp electing to take the outside lane, as that was a fuel-only stop. Everybody else did take tires. And there were a couple of trucks that had to spend a little bit of extra time on pit road. I believe Chris Worrell got popped for speeding in.
Well, I mean...
No, that would have been a 50-second in box. So, you know, he just a little bit of damage repair for the 6, and it looks like the same for the 85.
Well, the thing is, if you go to speeding in the pits under yellow, it's not a 50-second. It's just a drop to the end of the line.
That's speeding off. speeding in, they still hold you in your stall.
I never knew about that.
Yep, speeding in under caution is it's still the 45-second hold in your box, and then speeding off is an EOL.
Gotcha.
But Pap can have the button when we go back to green here, as it's Pap, Worley, Marconi, Olson, Decker, Wilson, Gautier, Lowe, LeBombard, and Teddy Poland rounding out your top 10 right now. As again, our biggest mover, Jason Pap, up 15 from where he started, as he is going to be leading us back to the green flag from that second lane. John LeBombard, second biggest mover so far, already up 8 from where he started, rolling in 9th right now. Pace truck gets ready to make that lazy left turn as it drops down below the yellow line. As Pap leads him through the tri-oval. And here we go. As the field enters the Red Cat restart zone. Green flag is in the air, and we are back underway. Pap pulls the trigger, and Olson doesn't go with him quite as aggressively as he could have. But if you look right now, your top 5 spots all belong racing. Worley, Marconi, Pap, Olson, and Wilson. As here comes Decker on the low side, and he's got the 67 of Gautier with him. Whoa, big wiggle out of, I believe that was the 99 of Lowe getting a little twitchy there.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few big moments already, and it's only lap 14. I'm not used to seeing that at this track in particular, but it's a mix of these trucks, which are already sort of wiggly as is, and the very hot track count.
Absolutely is. You know, when you get these guys in a pack like this, especially when they're trying to go 3 wide this early, that truck can get about as twitchy as a meth head without a fix. But yeah, I said it. Go ahead, get your hate mail coming, folks. As Pap jumps up to pick up Laurel on that high side. Decker showing the way on the low side right now. He's got Worley and McConey in tow. And that's Olson and Wilson up the middle in the sucker hole, as yeah, that didn't quite work.
Yeah.
They just shuffled him completely out. Ryan Decker guesses wrong and just gets completely shuffled out of line.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about it though, because he's already.
Yikes.
Whoa! Oh! Wow! That is. Oh, we got somebody flipping!
That was Gautier going for a Mr. Toe's Wild Ride.
I want to see an inboard of that. Onboard of that.
Well,
God.
we do have a GoPro on his helmet, but what the heck started that? Let's find out.
I'm trying to find it here.
Get to the chopper. That was a bump draft gone wrong and a whole bunch of net code.
Oh, I thought we could get a good camera angle from.
Try the chopper. Get to the chopper.
Let's go back. So it looks like somebody got loose in the middle.
Well, Pap had a wiggle coming off of 2. Net coded into Olson. Olson got completely sideways, and Brandon Wilson tried to take evasive action and unfortunately got into the 12 of Marconi. Marconi hits Olson. Wilson hits Burrell. Then Marconi bounces off of Olson, and unfortunately, good grief. Unfortunately, 67 absolutely nowhere to go, just a victim of circumstance, and ends up on his lid.
Yeah, I mean, that happens sometimes. Like, you think you're all clear of the wreck, and then something happens up top that makes the other cars chop down low real quick and get everybody collected.
Well, with as bad as the 67 is crabbing right now, I don't think he's too much longer for this race, because that has definitely seen better days. I mean, just you could see when he was trying to limp it back to the pits, that truck was toast.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Do we have fast spares?
We do not.
Oh, man, we got a lot of cars already taken out of this race.
Yes, we do. Olson I can English tonight, I promise, folks. Olson spending an extended period of time on pit road. Marconi, Worrell, Lowe, Gautier, Wing, Pap, all spending extended stays on pit road. Brandon Wilson has just put it straight onto the hauler.
Yeah, a lot of these guys that were taken out are playoff guys. And this is an elimination race.
We are cutting heads tonight. Yeah. Good news if you are a Ted Pullen fan. He's currently running in 4th. Good news if you're a Ryan Worley fan. He is currently leading this piece. At least he's being shown as the first truck behind the pace truck. Not sure what's going on with Marcus Adams, though.
He is stopped on the front stretch.
Waiting for the pace truck.
Ah, okay. Well, they're about there.
And that is a deep subject for shallow minds. So he should be starting rolling now. As Decker, Olson, Stein, Pap, LeBombard, and Wing all bring it back down pit road to try to pit farm those trucks a little bit more. Tell you what, we are going to reach out. Where is he? I don't even see him. There he is. And the lights went out on the pace truck, so we are going to wait. Excuse me, for the next one. But again, ladies and gentlemen, we are asking that everybody uses the hashtag Racing for Stacy tonight, and let us know who you're pulling for. As it is definitely getting a little bit exciting out there already. A lot of damaged rigs. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out.
Do they calm down and just try to make it
Probably
to the end
not.
of the race?
Probably not. You're still new to this league. This is normal.
Well, there's a lot of damaged race cars at this point. If I'm one of those playoff guys, I'm getting to that bottom lane and I ain't moving until maybe 10 to go. Because there's quite a few playoff guys that are taken out of this race.
Well, the three guys in the catbird seat right now are Worley, Pullen, and Adams. They can maintain where they are. They're the three that are going to join Greg Marconi next week in Daytona to race for the championship. However, Worrell is back out on track. Olson's back out on track. And Lowe is back out on track. So, still a lot left to race for as the field works its way through the tri-oval. And no, you're not seeing things, folks. Only Teddy Pullen is able to take that second lane. Green flag does come back out. Pullen is going to have to get low quickly, as he does have a little bit of nose damage on that 85. He does have an Oh, that was a bump draft gone wrong. Now, he does have the room to get down behind Worley, and he does so as they start to stretch their legs a little bit, get a little bit of a gap between themselves and Adams and Worrell, who are lined up on that low side. Here comes Dan Stein on the high side as he's got Decker in tow. And they get the clear, leaving Bridger Olson out to dry. Bridger does have his teammate Jason Papp right there with him, though, trying to make something happen, as Dan Stein showing the way right now in the 87. Just like that, 20 laps in the books. And I've got to say, I think a lot of pit strategy is gone completely out the window so far, as Stein and Decker both took fuel only. Worley took tires. Owen took tires. Oh! Gee whiz. What happened there?
Well, let's find out.
That was actual contact that time.
Yeah, it looked like...
You can see it crystal clear from the chopper view.
Oh yeah, it looked like Ted Pullen sorta was running a little bit high on that bottom.
Well, I think he was trying to take the side draft off of Olson so that Olson couldn't get up there and help Worley. And the only problem is that was a side draft gone horribly wrong. And that truck is crabbing badly right now.
Oh yeah. Man.
And Olson's truck has seen better days too. Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I mean, I can't blame him. I really can't. Mostly because, you know, Olson was one of the guys he had to beat tonight to move into the championship round of 4. So he was doing everything he could to keep Olson behind him. No fault. That was just a racing incident. Plain and simple. You hate to see it happen, but to quote my mother, compost happens. Wholesale pit stops the entire field on pit road right now.
Yeah, as Dan Stein takes fuel only again. I'm not sure, but I believe it might be one pit. I believe it might be one pit stop to the end.
That's a definite maybe. Depends on how many more cautions we get.
If you can make it about 30 laps on fuel, I think you can.
Yeah, 30's pushing it with a 75% fill.
Yeah,
we're looking at the outside of the window is about 25 laps. But I don't think we're done seeing that get yellow flag tonight. So if you are playing the at-home drinking game, this is caution number 4. So if you're playing the normal version, take your 4th shot. If you're playing the pro version, take 4 shots right now. And let us know which version you're playing in the live chat. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, share, turn on bell notifications, because with the new year coming up and the new season starting relatively soon here, we are going to have action every night of the week on the ESPN SRM family of broadcasts. So be sure to turn on those bell notifications so you don't miss a single race. And give us a thumbs up, because that really does help the YouTube algorithm to help share these races with the masses. As right now, Decker, after taking fuel only, he's going to be joined with Dan Stein, Marcus Adams. The 3 of them took fuel only, as did the 90 of Nick Wing. Worley took 4, Lowe took 4, Pap, LeBombard, all taking 4. Worrell and Marconi spending an extended period of time getting some damage fixed on those trucks. As a little bit of strategery going on right now. Decker and Stein all peeling off to go down pit road to get that final top off, hoping that we are going to get an extended green flag run here.
Yeah, like I said earlier, since they're doing this, there might be some slight belief that they can make it to the end on fuel.
It depends on how much fuel they can save and who they use as a pig out in front.
I've been one of those fuel pigs before, actually. That ended up good for me. Everybody ran out of fuel in the last lap.
Yeah, and I thought I was saving enough riding behind a pig one time and came up about a half a lap short.
That happens.
Absolutely. As Adam's going to have the button now when we go back to green flag action in the 31. So right now, as of right this second, if the race were over with, Adams, Worley, and Lowe would be your 3 going on to Daytona.
And don't forget Marconi.
Well, Marconi's the given. He's already locked in. Currently running in the number 6 spot, thinking maybe he might try to play spoiler here tonight. But Adams, Worley, and Lowe right now are the 3 that would be joining him in Daytona. Joseph, as the field works its way through 3 and 4, why don't you bring us back to green this time?
Okay. Let's see here. As they come out of turn 4, our lineup is Marcus Adams on P1, P2 Ryan Worley, P3 James Lowe, P4 Jason Papp, P5 Greg McConaughey, P6 John LeBombard, P7 Nicholas Wing, P8 Ryan Decker, P9 Daniel Stein, and P10 Chris Worrell. As that big old iRacing pace truck pulls off pit road, we're about to go green flag, and we're just awaiting these guys to get up to speed. And it's green flag here in the Circle B Diecast SuperSpeedway Series. Ryan Worley gets a huge jump on the top, but no help from Jason Papp as he's too far back. The 99 of James Lowe is all tucked up on Marcus Adams, and that will give them the huge run on the exit down the back straightaway.
Absolutely. You got Balls Garana on the inside lane, running 1-2, and on the outside lane, you got Papp and Worley for Dudes Racing. Lockstep right now. Worley with the nose out front as they haul it off into turn number 3 one more time. And I believe that, yes it is, that's John LeBombard in the Armor All 95 right there with him, trying to figure out where he wants to go. And you got Nick Wing and Actually, that is the lap truck of Joe Gautier running behind Pap right now. So Gautier able to get that rear axle straightened back out. A lot of damage on the Gravedigger number 67, but still up to speed, so that's good to see. And unfortunately, Teddy Pullen has put it on the hauler.
That's super unfortunate. I mean, he was running so well. He always does. I believe he was one of our playoff guys. I'm not
He
sure.
was, so this is pretty much going to seal his fate tonight. Another one who's back out on track right now is Brian Tarnowski in the 66, being scored as the 55. So again, the whole tech officials shouldn't drink while handing out transponders, but we'll let it go for this time. As the only problem is Tarnowski is way off pace by about 40 miles an hour. So that's not gonna bode well.
Yeah, at that rate, I think he'd be getting lapped about every 5 laps.
Absolutely. But right now, the battle up in front. Worley has gotten in front of Adams. Worley, Adams, and Lowe, 3 of your playoff drivers running stem to stern right now. And don't look now, but here comes the 6th, Chris Worrell, as he's working with Jason Papp on that second lane. And so far, everybody seems to have calmed down.
Well, seeing how many guys have been taken out, I'm thinking they're just trying to make it to the end. Trying to keep out of that trouble that they were seeing themselves getting close to at the beginning. I could probably count on one hand how many cars haven't been in a wreck.
You're not wrong, as Worrell wrestles the lead away from Worley. That's not going to get confusing. I'd like to apologize to both drivers now when I screw that one up later in the race. But we have 10 trucks left on the lead lap. Worrell, Worley, Papp, Lowe, Adams, Stein, LeBombard, McConey, Wing, and Decker. And we have 11 trucks still running, as Brian Tarnowski has gone back to pit to try to get some more damage repaired on the 66. Bridger Olson is on pit road still. Mark McFadden, his crew is currently in the middle of an engine change, as Worrell drops out of the lead. Did get his bonus point for leading the lap, and that's all he really wanted to do. Hands the lead of the race back over to Worley. Papp right there in lockstep with him. And he's got James Lowe, as Papp's got Stein working with him on the outside lane. Papp with the nose out front coming out of the tri-oval. Give the lap to Papp. Up 15 from where he started. And he brings Stein with him down to the low side. Stein up 12.
Well, if you can see, most of those guys that started in the back don't have much damage on them.
I did notice that. Here comes Nick Wing leading the outside lane right now, as he and Decker both able to clear Papp. Give the biggest mover award right now to Nick Wing, up 14, as there is a melee coming through turn 3, as that's Marcus Adams getting shoved down onto the apron. Everybody getting a little bit more single file now, as trying to find a dance partner as LeBombard and Marconi working together. You've got Adams and Worrell working together, as they have done all season long.
Yeah, a lot of these guys that are hanging back, like, let's see here.
McConey.
Chris Forel, Greg Capone, John LeBombard, I'm sorry, for mispronouncing that. I think they're all really just kind of saving fuel working together, because unless something happened up front where they just got shuffled out and lost the draft, that's the only thing I could think of to keep them from being in that fast.
I think it's more out of they've seen how chippy things get as Worrell and Adam tag back onto the tail end of this piece. I dare say they're testing the water to see how long it's going to take to get back to the front should they drop to the back. So they're testing the waters for later in the race to see, you know, how they have to work the draft and when they have to make that move to seal the deal to get both of them into Daytona next week for the championship round of 4.
I might actually think that's an advantage because they're about 2 seconds off our front pack. 2 to a second. So, yeah, I think that might be some damage, not necessarily anything else. But hopefully they can get some more repairs if we get another caution or drop. But until then, I guess it's just these guys up front.
Have absolutely no help in that second lane right now. Getting hung out to dry is Dan Stein showing the way in the 87 on the low side. He's got Worley all over his tailgate right now. James Lowe just kind of hanging back with his balls out teammates. So that's Lowe, Adams, and Worrell all driving 4 balls Guarana. Where you ask folks, yes, that is legit energy drink. And you see a lot of damage on the 99 to Lowe. A lot of tailgate damage on that truck, but doesn't seem to be affecting him too adversely. As you got a 4-car tango up on that second lane. Only 2 cars down on the low side. Look for 4 to work better. As something's going on with Marconi and LeBombard as they are way off pace right now.
Yeah, I think they got some of that damage from earlier and earlier wrecks, and they just aren't at full speed.
Absolutely, as Lowe with the nose out front coming through the tri-oval. Drag race to the stripe with Dan Stein. Give it to the 99 for that all-important bonus point for leading 1 or more laps. Lowe trying to play both halves out of the middle as he drops down to pick up Stein. Stein had gotten away from Worley. Worley backed off a little bit and tried to get some cool air to that radiator as he was shoving the taillights out of Stein for about 3 straight laps, and that truck had to be screaming about overheat.
Yeah, these trucks don't overheat fast, but when they do, it's a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, you've got about 10 seconds left when that needle goes into the red.
Oh yeah, for sure. Ooh, looks like we got a crash in the back.
Marconi involved in that one.
Ooh, he was already spinning at that point.
Yeah, let's see what happened there. Looks like rule number 1 when you're in a 3-car draft, don't push the pusher.
Yep, and that just sent him around. Man, just a tough day for him, but good thing is he won last week, so he already locked himself in to the next round, the championship round.
Absolutely. As the battle still rages on out front, Dan Stein and Jason Papp leading their respective lanes right now. as Worley up on the high side working with Stein. Pap on the low side working with Adam Morel. Little bit of a twitch coming out of Stein, coming off of that's going to shuffle Worley out of line, as he did not want to run over Stein. So he's going to relinquish the spot and then drop down and pick up the rest of the draft. Pap jumps up from the low line to the high line to pick up Stein now, as Stein now pushing Pap, as Adams getting a good shove from Worley on the low side. Those three balls out trucks working in tandem right now, or Triton? I don't know. I can't English right now.
Yeah, that's okay. But we just got a new leader, Jason Pap, up the front again. It feels like he just won't get away from that lead for more than 5 laps.
Absolutely, as he drops up to, or jumps up to pick up Stein one more time, make sure that Stein doesn't lose the draft. And I dare say that we're probably within about a 10-lap window of when we are going to see the next round of pit stops, should we stay green.
Well, we all know they ain't saving fuel right now.
Sheepers!
What happened there? Let's go back and try to see.
Pap just had a moment going into the tri-oval. Looks like maybe Stein gave him a shove, and that's not what you want to do going through that tri-oval.
Yeah, oh, that was close. We just looked at the replay, and the 31 of Marcus Adams had a bad push going into the tri-oval, and Jason Pap had a bad push in the middle of the tri-oval, and they almost collided.
Yeah. So that could have ended a whole lot more poorly than it did.
Yeah, that would have taken all those guys that didn't have damage and made them have damage.
But anyways, we are fast approaching. We're 1 lap away from being halfway. And the tattletale of them all getting in single file tells me that we are within a handful of laps of green flag pit stop. Pap, Adams, Laurel, Lowe, Stein, Worley, Wing, Decker, LaBombard. McConey is the last truck being scored on the lead lap, but don't look now. He sees the pack bearing down on him.
Yeah, if I were him, there is a rule where you have to get out of the way if you're about to go a lap down.
You have to go to the high side.
Yeah. Not sure what Jason Pap was doing right there, but he pulled way out of line on the straightaway, then pulled right back in.
I think he was thinking about trying to pick up Marconi, but realized the speed differential was just too great.
Yeah, that might have been what he was trying to do. Let's go on board the 31 of Marcus Adams and just see what he's doing around the lap of Talladega.
Absolutely. Let's make with the volume.
As that was a lap around Talladega with Marcus Adams, we saw some movement up in the front. It looked like Jason Papp might have just kind of pulled out of line, maybe realizing he can't make it on fuel to where a lot of these other guys are panning to pit. So he had to drop back and try to save some fuel.
Yikes!
Man, they are getting
going
sketchy
for a
down
ride.
this backstretch.
Yes, they are. But it looked like Papp had jumped up to try to pick up Worley, and then Worley and Stein had too much of a run, and unfortunately it put Papp in the sucker hole, and he had to drop to the tail end of those 3 balls Guarana trucks. But right now, your top 8 running stem to stern, and I believe, yes it is, that is Mark McFadden that they are getting ready to come up on there, as he does have the new engine in the number 5. And they're 3 wide, so this is not going to work too well.
Yeah. He was looking to make a move, but just realized there was not going to have any run up there with only one guy. So he dropped back down and...
Well, that and he saw the lap truck coming up and was like, yeah, that's not going to work.
Yeah, for sure.
As the 2 balls Guarana trucks of Worrell and Lowe just hang Papp out to dry. Don't look now. Here comes the cavalry in the form of the 87 of Dan Stein. 45 laps. We're working on lap 45 right now of 80. And I dare say that we're getting ever closer to a set of green flag pit stops. The last time these guys were down pit road was on lap 23, 22 or 23, depending on who they are. So...
That's about 22 laps.
Right, which about 22 to 25, depending on how much fuel you can save. 22 to 25 is going to be the window with a 75% fuel fill.
Yeah. If they could have saved just a little extra and maybe make it to about lap 52 and then save some more fuel, they might be able to make it to the end.
We're not going green the rest of the way, I promise you.
Well, the way these guys are racing, they might not.
We're going into overtime. That I can pretty much, I can just about guarantee it.
Ooh, looks like we're getting some pit stops.
Absolutely. Here we go. Right on time.
Well, they aren't going to be able to make it to
24 laps
the end,
in. No, they're not. I mean, it's 24 laps in. That's about where the window is. As Wing, Decker, Stein, and McFadden all stay out. Now, McFadden is able to get that truck back up to speed. As heavily damaged as the front of that truck is, he's still got some good speed in that Chevy Silverado.
Yeah.
So, quick check of our current points. As of right now, Adams would be in, Lowe would be in, and Worrell would be in. Worley on the outside looking in. As here we go, the rest of the lead lap trucks taking their green flag pit stop. As Adams, Lowe, Worrell, and Worley all right there. Jason Papp popped for speeding in.
Yeah, sometimes when you think you're about to speed, back it up just a little bit and just hope you don't lose too much time. I always like to take a conservative approach into pit road instead of an aggressive approach, because if you're conservative, there's not really a chance of you speeding.
And you're not wrong. But right now, that lead group of 4 with such a head of steam, it's kind of scary, as Decker winning the battle off pit road for that group of Decker, Wing, and Stein. But those guys have about a 3-second deficit to this lead group of Adams, Lowe, Worrell, and Worley. Just in lockstep right now as we've got 48 laps in the books. So I dare say we're going to need one more stop to make sure they can at least get to the scheduled distance. And, you know, like I said, I doubt we're going to go the rest of the way without seeing another dreaded caution. As it looks like LeBombard and I believe Gautier, these guys are coming up on with a head of steam. About 6 mile an hour difference. But you take a look at that second group, 190 miles an hour, being led by Ryan Decker going into turn 3. Those guys are on a tear right now.
Yeah, those guys had a big draft from that front pack. They pulled all the way up, and they're making a run for the lead now.
3-second gap. What 3-second gap?
Man, they got a little sniff of that draft. I dare say that might be the two fastest laps of the race.
Well, we're about to find out as they just took over the lead. Decker and Wing in lockstep at the front of this piece. Two guys that are definitely trying to play spoiler here tonight. They come through the tri-oval. Decker, Wing ducks out to try to get the lead from Decker. 51. Wow.
Not sure what happened there in the front stretch, but they'll drop back in run.
Well, that was Wing trying to duck out or dive out to try to get the lead from Decker, and unfortunately, Decker threw the block to cut him off. That's going to let Adams get back to the point here as those two guys went to the high side. Now Decker pushing Stein on that second lane.
Yeah, that'll get Stein cleared on that outside. He ducks back down to the bottom. And that'll put the 28 of Ryan Decker. No, he pulls back in line. Well, everybody drops right back in line. That's interesting. Just trying to pace themselves to the end.
Absolutely is. Again, we're showing 8 trucks left on the lead lap. And it's about to be 7 as they are coming up like a freight train onto the one of Jason Papp, who again, Papp got popped for speeding going into pit lane on that set of green flag pit stops. And without any drafting help, he's about 10 mile an hour in the pace. I don't think he realizes. Yes, he does. Finally, he goes to the high side as trying to give a little bit of drafted help to those guys that's coming up on him.
Well, like what happened last week with, I believe it was Pat too. If you go a lap down here, it's not really a big deal if you're on full power, because you can drive right back to the pack and if you get a caution, you'll be lucky dog, or if you're leading the pack, you'll be already on the lead lap.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can get your lap back the hard way, as we've seen Pap do a couple times this season. Just bad luck through no fault of his own. Tonight he did shoot himself in the foot, but normally he is caught up in other people's dumpster fires, so definitely not the season he was hoping for.
Yeah, definitely not. But hopefully he can rebound. Next season, I believe registrations are open.
Yes, they are.
So you go to www.iracingeseries.com and you'll be able to register if you want to race.
I will post the link in the live chat. Because it's a little bit of a different website than what you just said. If the browser wants to work properly.
Trying to post the link for y'all. Jason Papp is leading this pack, but he is a lap down. So if you get a caution, he'll be able to rebound. But Daniel Stein continues to lead the way, but he's on the outside line with Chris Worrell pushing him. The top 5 is Daniel Stein, P2 James Lowe, P3 Chris Worrell, P4 Marcus Adams, and P5 Ryan Worley.
Yeah, absolutely. Is Bridger Olson and Brian Tarnowski still on pit road trying to get those trucks fixed. Mark McFadden, after getting a new engine put in, it cost him 37 minutes on pit road, currently running in 12th as they come up to put a lap on the, or had come up to put a lap on the driver out of Canada.
We're approaching 24 laps to go. They last pitted on lap 56. So they got about 10 more laps on their fuel. Do you expect people to maybe short pit this, get a group together, try to pit a little bit early as soon as that fuel window opens?
Hard no.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Because if you open as soon as that pit window, if you go pit as soon as that pit window opens, you can make it to lap 80, you're not making it through overtime.
Yeah, but also, in that case, we only got 8 guys on the lead lap. So it's not really that big of a deal if you have to pit and do that overtime.
Well, it kind of is. Because Lowe, Worrell, Adams, Worley are all fighting for 3 spots to get into next year.
Yeah.
So you know, I wouldn't risk it. Let's just put it that way.
Gotcha. It definitely would be a risk, but if you hit that risk right, sometimes that risk will hit, and you'll end up in victory lane.
Well, it's kind of like playing Russian roulette with a Glock. You never want to play Russian roulette with a semi-automatic pistol.
No.
You know, it's like betting it all on red and it comes up green. You know, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really gonna admit you need to have partners going with you. And right now,
everybody's kind of lined up, so I could expect some good stops.
Yeah, I mean, we're not that far off. The one that's probably sweating bullets the most right now is Ryan Worley in Double Zero. Mostly because Olson's out, Marconi is multiple laps down and off pace. Wilson is out, and you know the only teammate he's got left is Pap, and Pap's been working well with those Balls Grana trucks, but Pap is also a lap down technically. Yes, he's being scored currently on the lead lap, but that's the leader of the race right behind him. So right now, Jason Pap is playing real big for the 99 of James Lowe.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's not necessarily any worry about fuel at this point because everybody still has to make one pit stop. So it's not that big of a deal to be a fuel pig at this point.
No, but I mean, it's still, what I was getting at is you need to have people going with you, and you need to communicate with what you're doing on your pit stop. So, you know, for example, say, you know, Worley, you go, Gautier goes with you, Stein goes with you, you take fuel only and they take tires. Not such a good situation. Now, the good news is they're about to come up and put a lap on Marconi and Bridger Olson, who are running stem to stern right now. So, his two teammates could help him in that aspect. But I've kind of got to say that the favorites right now to be moving on are James Lowe in the 99, the 31 of Marcus Adams, and the 6 Chris Worrell. You know, I mean, Worrell is still at the tail end of this freight train as far as lead lap cars go, but still, you know, he could make it onto pit road with a good charge and work with his teammates.
That's an interesting strategy. I'm just excited to see what happens, really. I mean, the favorites are who you said they are. But at this point, I don't really care too much for teammates if I'm trying to make that championship for. If you're my teammate, we're tied for points, I need to get through, I might be putting a little spinaroo on
you. And that's how you end up not being on the team next season. As the lead pack coming up on the lap cars of Marconi, Olson, and McFadden. 3 of them go to the high lane to let the lead pack get to them. as they are not as horribly off pace as they were when all three of them were running solo. So the fact that the three of those guys were able to get linked up, it's working a ton better for them than it was earlier when they were all, you know, just out there floundering by themselves. So we are about 20 laps into this fuel run, and we saw them go about 22 laps last time. I dare say we're looking about the same this time, at which point you can make it from there, and you can make it through overtime from there.
I think you can make it through overtime right now too. So the pit window.
You're right on the cusp.
Pit windows open now. It's a matter of getting with your teammates, getting with your buddies, and seeing what you're gonna plan on doing for a pit stop. Are you taking 4 tires, 2 tires, or no tires? And are you taking a full tank of fuel?
Well, you're definitely taking a full tank of fuel right now. I mean, you're packing that thing as full as you can possibly get it. At the very most, I'm taking left.
Okay.
I wouldn't be taking any more than that. You know, solely because track position is going to be so key. And last time we were down pit road, everybody did take 4 in fuel.
So if you took 4 in fuel last time, in my personal opinion, I'm not taking tires.
Well, now here's the caveat to that. If you jack up the left side of the truck while you're filling it with fuel, you can get approximately another ½ gallon to 3/4 of a gallon into the fuel system because you're getting that air bubble out of the tank. So that's why I'm saying I'm taking left if I'm packing it from here.
Gotcha. That's also interesting to think about. It's just, I don't know, man. It's really hard to determine. That's why we're not the crew chiefs. That's not why we're in the driver's seat. That's why we're up here commentating instead of down there racing.
Exactly. It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. But you've got to do what the rest of the group that's pitting with you does, or else you're going to be hung out to dry once you get back out on that track.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So Lowe, Adams, Worley, Stein, Decker, Wing, Worrell, and Papp. The only 8 vehicles scored on the lead lap right now. And that's Jason Papp leading this freight train, being scored as the last truck on the lead lap as he is in front of the leader, James Lowe. Here we go. Green flag pit stop start. And everybody on the lead lap. Oh! That was World tagging the wall.
He lightly tapped the wall.
There was no lightly about it. He pancaked the left side of that truck.
I'm not seeing too much damage on his truck though, so I mean, I think he's good as long as he didn't get speeding, which he did not. So he's off and away. What a terrific
He's greater to the left side. What do you mean no damage?
I mean, I don't see that much damage on it. Yeah, there's a little bit of a wrinkle there, but it doesn't really matter at this type of track.
Well, it looks like everybody took just fuel as Lowe winning the battle off pit road. Adams and Worrell right there, and that's what I told you was going to happen. Worrell was going to charge pit in, get up with his teammates. Here comes Worley on the high side with a head of steam and just flashes around all 3 of them.
Is that them playing some games, trying to get him the lead there?
No, that was him taking the draft to perfection. Now this is them playing games.
I just don't know if I were them, if I'd be trying to race right now. You got a pack of 3 cars that are all lined up compared to a pack of 4 cars that are all side by side.
Well, right now, Ryan Worley is using the side draft to perfection, finally loses it down the middle of the back straightaway as those 3 Balls Garana trucks able to, just wrestle the lead away from the 00. Yikes.
Man, this is getting aggressive up front. We still got coming to 10 laps to go.
10 to go. Low drops down in front of Worley to cut off the 00 from getting any sort of run, as Adams and Worrell on the high side. They've got the 00 boxed in right now.
5th on back are about a second faster than this group that's battling up front. So they are definitely coming, and coming fast.
Right, but the thing is, Stein, Decker, and Wing aren't in the playoff. These 4 trucks up front are.
Yeah, very true.
Yikes! That could have ended poorly.
Well,
I was white knuckling it and I'm not even on track.
yeah.
3 wide down the backstretch here at Talladega. Decker on the high side into 28 with the nose out front, getting the daylight shoved out of him by the Mission for Nutrition 87 of Dan Stein. Low getting a good shove from Pap as they come off of turn number 4 into the tri-oval portion one more time. Here comes Adams on the low side, Decker on the high side. Decker and Stein going to take over the front 2 spots of this one. You know they would love nothing more than to play spoiler here tonight at Talladega.
You know what you were talking about, how there's going to be green-white checkered?
Yep.
I think I'm on your side
4
now.
wide. What could possibly go wrong?
I don't know. I mean, what could go wrong?
Everything. Everything in the kitchen sink could go wrong.
So true.
Now the good news is if you're Ryan Worley, you do have some friendly artillery coming your way in the form of Bridger Olson and Greg McConey. But right now, Worley looking to use Decker and Stein to try to pull him into the transfer spot into next week's championship round of 4. Stein with the nose out front, Decker with the nose out front, Worley with the nose out front in 3rd. As Decker and Stein peel off, now Worley has Jason Papp there with him.
These guys are side by side, and we get 2 more cars sucking up to this pack to create even more mayhem.
That's the 12 of McConey and the 49 of Olson. Papp pushing Worley to the front. Worley in a transfer spot. Low in a transfer spot. Adams getting the final transfer spot into the championship round.
I'm on the edge of my seat, and I'm not even battling for
Oh yeah, I know, right? I mean, this is some of the best super speedway racing you're going to catch in the entirety of the iRacing server. These guys do this week in and week out. They know how to work the draft. They know how to push, when not to push, and how to push. That's the biggest key, because they do change vehicles every week or every other week. Right now, Pap getting a good shove from the 99 of Low back to the point. Low, Worley, and Adams, your three that are currently going to join Greg Marconi next week, as we are 5 to go.
Man, it might be 5 to go, but they've been racing like this the whole race.
I know, right?
That's just what's great about it. Like, you don't see many cautions with these guys, on the rare exception, like we had early in this race.
As they are coming back up to, that is the very wounded truck of Mark McFadden in the hashtag Racing for Stacy, number 5 tonight. He and Tarnowski got caught up in a lot of net code early on in the event. And, you know, like Mark and I were talking when we did talk to him after he got out of the infield care center, I could have rolled my fat crippled ass in my wheelchair between those two trucks when they started spinning. But right now, I was going to say right now, Low showing the way. Stein now picks up, or gets picked up by the one of Pap. Pap is now back on the lead lap. Low, Worley, and Worrell, your three that are currently in the transfer spots, as we are 3 to go, this time across the stripe. Pap gets a little bit squirrely coming to the tri-oval portion. That's going to stack up that inside lane ever so slightly. Stein looking to play spoiler here tonight. Up 13 spots from where he started.
Oh, they're wrecking! Oh, he's flipping!
Well, we're going into overtime.
I know the person we need to look at that wreck from.
Let me guess. The one of Jason Papp?
Yep. Take us to the chopper.
Lance. That was a bump draft gone wrong.
That took out a lot of cars, too.
Absolutely. That's, ouch.
That was a lot of playoff guys involved as well.
Well, you got Worrell. 31 of Adams was able to get out of the way. Worley missed it. Adams missed it. Lowe missed it. Worrell, not so lucky. Gautier was already a lap or more down. So... And Worrell has a heavily damaged number 6 right now. He shortened that truck up by about 3 feet when he backed it into the inside retaining wall. And that truck is smoking like a Cheech and Chong concert. Well then. Remember what I said about us going into overtime, and I could guarantee it?
You were right. I mean,
you're welcome. Ryan Worley staying out. Not sure if that is going to work the way he wants it to. As Lowe, Adams, Deckard, and Stein all peeling off to go pit side. I dare say everybody else is going to go pit side. Looks like Worley was the only one to not get any damage from that. A little bit of rear end damage, but that was a bump draft from earlier.
Yeah.
Wow.
this is gonna get interesting.
Now, mind you, we do have 2 shots at this. And for those of you unfamiliar with what's about to happen, we are at the official scheduled end of this race. So what's going to happen is lights are going to go out on the pace car pace truck the next time by. They're going to take the green flag. They race around.
Do we get a second overtime?
Hold on, I'll get to that point. They're going to race around. If the leader crosses the start-finish line, which is on the exit of pit road, before a caution would need to be thrown, we're racing back to the checkers. If the leader does not cross the start-finish line before a caution would need to be thrown, we're going to rack them, stack it, and try it for a second time. Same situation. If the leader takes the white flag, we're racing back to checkers. If the leader does not take the white flag on the second attempt, race over, field frozen. And we have had 2 races at Talladega this season that have ended under caution.
Let's hope that doesn't happen today. Because
yeah, I know, right?
It's always super interesting just to watch them race back to the line. But the way this race is gone, I don't know.
Well, we're about to find out. It's one thing I hate about cautions here at Talladega is that
they take so long.
Yeah, I know, right? You can go into the kitchen, make yourself a sandwich, come back, and you still haven't gotten back to green.
You could be one of these drivers, go to the kitchen, make a sandwich, and you ain't got a lap down.
Exactly. But speaking of lap down, they are going to put the lap down trucks behind the lead lap trucks here on the restart. And Worrell still on pit road. And that puts him a lap down right now. So, all they got to do is not kill each other. Worley in. Lowe in. Adams in. To the championship round of 4, they're going to be joining Greg McConey next week. Worrell out. Gautier out. Olson out. Pullen out.
So, by that, are you talking? I'm sorry, I was.
Worley, Lowe, and Wing are the 3 that are going to be joining McConey next week.
Is that official, or?
Actually, I take that back. Wing's not in.
So we still got a race on our hands.
Well, Adams is in right now.
But that
Worley,
can change.
Let me go through this. Worley in. Adams in. And I take that back. Lowe in. So all those 3 guys have to do is not kill each other and just finish the race. As the pace truck is in. Field heading into the Red Cat restart zone for what we hope is the final time tonight. Flagman has the green flag in the air. Green flag is out. We are back underway. So,
watch out, the 99 of James Lowe has a huge push coming from Nicholas Wing. That'll give him a huge run down the backstretch.
Absolutely is. Yep, there it goes.
Well,
Ryan, what are you doing?
That was just, you can block once, but twice, that's a little too much.
And it looks like he might have a little bit of damage now. No, that truck's not crabbing too badly. As I mentioned, though, all you had to do is just keep it, you know, semi-sane. You don't have to win the race. You just have to finish the damn thing.
Yeah.
So it's still the same 3 guys that are currently in. Because they're the only 3 guys still running on the lead lap. So we are going to try for a second one. And this is the final caution. We will try for a green-white checker finish. So, Mike, they already have those. They're called Pro 4. And Miss Vicky, I have to agree with you on that one. Not sure what happened. Just one of them racing deals.
Yeah, it's just, that's the thing with this package is...
Well, the other thing too is, I mean, you know, iRacing released that update yesterday that they changed the aero package on a lot of vehicles. So
Yeah.
Worley bringing it down pit side, making sure he's got fresh shoes on the 00 for this final green-white checker. Lowe, Wing, Adams, Decker, LeBombard, and Worley, your lead lap trucks. McConey getting one of his laps back. And I have to agree with Bridger Olson's comment in the in-sim chatter. You're absolutely right, Bridger. You're absolutely right. And that's all I'm going to say on that one because we do have ladies watching. For those of you who are my military friends, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Well then, we are currently 2 to green, and it's been a hellacious run. You know, this has definitely been one of those eventful races that you kind of expect when we come to Talladega. We did have a round of green flag pit stops, though, and we were almost our way to the second one when all hell broke loose. And, yeah, definitely let the games begin here. Lights should be going out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck this time by. You'll be wanting to join us next week, ladies and gentlemen, for the season finale, the championship round of 4 from Daytona, as during the pre-race, we will be talking to all 4 of our championship contenders before qualifying next week. As lights do go out on the pace truck. And looks like Lowe, Lowe's taking the outside lane. Interesting.
Not sure why he would do that. But we'll see.
I'm not sure either. Because that's going to put Nick Wing in front of Marcus Adams instead of Lowe picking up his teammate.
Yeah, that's just odd. I'm not sure.
Not sure what the thinking is behind that, but well, we're going to find out. All's fair in love and hand grenades, right?
Well, if this move works out, he'll be the smartest man alive for a night. If it doesn't work out, well, you'll be kicking yourself for days.
Well, I think the long and the short of it is he knows how good of a pusher Ryan Decker is.
Yeah, he's taken plenty of people to the front, Ryan Decker has.
Absolutely. And if you look in that outside lane, Worley is up there. Not sure what Nick Wing is doing.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. He's way out front.
Well, he's about to stack up that inside lane.
I've never seen that before, but...
Here we go. Field entering the Red Cat restart zone for what will be the final time. Green flag in the air. Lowe pulls the trigger, and Decker gives him a good shove going into turn number 1.
And that's why he picked the top.
Immediately drops down to cut off any attempt by Nick Wing. Now Decker has Worley all over his tailgate, coming through 1 and 2. Worley pushing the daylights out of Decker, coming down the back straightaway. They've got Gauthier for help.
Nicholas Wing is pushing the crap out of James Lowe on that bottom. I'm getting a little nervous because one bad push to that left rear quarter panel and they're both going around.
Absolutely, as they're going to have one final shot at it. 3 wide coming through the tri-oval. White flag going to be in the air this time by Worley, getting a good shove from Gauthier. Decker gets shuffled out. Here comes LeBombard. LeBombard is a lap down, though, so something to keep in mind. Or no, he's not. He's on the lead lap. Matter of fact, LeBombard and Wing battling it out for biggest mover right now.
Oh, big move by Nicholas Wing. He put Worley in the wall. And then Worley will duck right back below him. Oh, they're wrecking again.
We're racing back to the to the checkers, though. Lowe and Adams in lockstep on the low lane. Blocking gone horribly wrong. Here comes LeBombard. One final shot. 3 wide.
Oh, he can't do that. That's the yellow line.
Adams going to let him back by.
LeBombard wins! Wow!
Johnny LeBombard finally gets the monkey off his back.
Whoa.
What a finish. Holy cow. What an absolute banger of a finish.
Man, that is crazy. He came out of nowhere to win that race.
That was insane.
Like, he just took the momentum. Those guys were having a fit down on the bottom, and he's like, yeah, y'all think y'all are going to win? Nah, this is my time to shine.
Absolutely. bringing the Armor All 95 to victory lane. Celebratory and obligatory donuts after getting his first win on the season. And as a matter of fact, while he's doing those donuts, we are going to reach out to the driver of the Armor All number 95 after getting the monkey off his back, getting the first win on the season. Congratulations, John LeBombard. Hello, John. John, do you have us? I'm not sure if we've got John LeBombard or not.
John, this is the ESPN broadcast booth. Can you hear us?
I'm not sure he has us. So we are going to come back to John. But what we are going to do is we are going to go to, let's start with third place and work our way up. Give John some time to get those obligatory donuts out of his system. But Marcus Adams, according to my high-powered gazintas, you just punched your ticket into the championship round of 4 at Daytona next week.
Yeah, shocked. My truck was absolutely destroyed. I had like 3 minutes of damage, so the only reason I was able to stay up front is because Jason, Chris, and James were helping me.
Well, you definitely had teammates helping you when it mattered, and you were able to keep out of a couple of those big melees towards the end.
Yeah, I don't know how I made it or avoided anything. I mean, after the first wreck, I was just really destroyed, and I needed someone behind me in order to keep up, and it happened somehow.
Well, you made it happen, and we're going to be seeing you next week in the championship round of 4. What are your thoughts going back to the Xfinity car next week at Daytona under the lights?
Oh, I'm sure something stupid's going to happen, like people sandbagging for their teammates or just doing something stupid. So that's what I'm expecting.
Well, Marcus, before we let you go celebrate the fact that you are going to be one of the championship 4, who do you need to thank?
First, I want to ask, who is the other 3 other than Greg? So who's the other 2?
It's going to be yourself, James Lowe, and Ryan Decker.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, I'd like to thank Circle B Diecast, Rowdy Energy, Arizona Flag, Butt Kicker, Midwest Motor Customs, Jason, Falls Out, and yeah.
All right, Marcus, best of luck to you next week at Daytona. We're looking forward to seeing you there.
Thank you.
Okay, so now, Joe, I believe you've got his teammate with you now.
Hey James, great finish there. What did you expect on that final lap? Like, what were your plans on trying to make a move there at the very end?
Well, I knew me and Marcus were kind of walking wounded there, so I took the outside line there, trying to split up the clean cars, and it seemed to work okay. We just got a little discombobulated there at the end, and we wasn't able to push me to the win. But, you know, second place finished. I'm not sure if it gets me in or not, but, you know, it was a wild race. Oh, that's great. It was a wild race. It was a great race. Apologize to Ryan. You know, I was low. I don't know where he wanted me to go, like if he wanted to go to the apron or whatever. But I was low. He came down across my nose there. So I apologize to him, but there wasn't much I could do there. But overall, it was a great, fun race, man. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, man. Y'all always put on a show. Is there anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, you know, first and foremost, I'd like to thank Chris and Marcus and Jason Papp for, you know, riding with us all, you know, most of the season there. I know Jason joined us a little midway through the season. joined us in the Discord there and started riding with us. But thank those guys for sticking through and helping each other out when we needed it, and you guys for broadcasting, and all my family out there for watching.
Yeah, for sure. We'll let you go celebrate your P2 finish and getting locked into the Championship 4. We hope to see you up front Daytona next week under the lights.
Appreciate it, guys. We'll give it our best shot.
All right, so that was James Lowe, our second place finisher. And joining us now, hopefully, we have the driver of the 95 who stole it tonight. Biggest mover of the event, coming home with the victory and playing spoiler. John LeBombard, congratulations. Hello, John. Hello, John. And apparently we don't have John LeBombard. So we will try to get with him before next week's race. And I did just receive word from league management. I did take a look at the points. I was wrong. Your final 4 going into Daytona next week: Greg Marconi, James Lowe, Marcus Adams, and Joe Gautier.
No, I believe it's Bridger Olson.
I'm looking right at it right now. Olson and Gautier have a tie for the position. Olson has the tiebreaker, so it is Bridger Olson. Wow. So that second place finish last week really helping when it had to, as Olson came home in 13th tonight.
Yeah. Congrats to all 4 of those guys on making that Championship 4.
Absolutely. As you're going to try John LeBombard one more time here. Hopefully we've got him now. John, do you have us? Hello, John. Apparently no John LeBombard. Well, definitely a great run, getting the monkey off his back with his first win of the season. So congratulations to John for that one. Looking forward to seeing what happens next week. Is that John I'm hearing? Hello, John. Apparently we do not have John. Okay. Well, Joseph, I promised you we were going to go into overtime. I didn't think we were actually going to see both overtimes happen, though. But what a finish.
Yeah, that was a crazy finish to an even crazier season. I can't wait to watch and see how this turns out next week at Daytona.
Absolutely. We're going to be in the Xfinity car under the lights for the Championship 4. And in case you just missed it, the Championship 4, Greg Marconi, Marcus Adams, James Lowe. Then we had a tie for 4th place, which the tiebreaker of more top 5 finishes goes to Bridger Olson. So it'll be Marconi, Adams, Lowe, and Olson, 2 dudes racing drivers against 2 Balls Garana drivers going into next week for the championship. You're not going to want to miss it, as the Xfinity cars always put on an amazing show under the lights at Daytona.
Yeah, the runs those Xfinity cars get are insane, and just to have that as the championship race, wow. Like, those 4 guys are the best of the best. They proved it all season, and now it's time to show up in prime time under the lights.
Absolutely. But take a quick rundown of our finishing order. John LeBombard stealing the victory here tonight in the Armor All number 95, coming home with the victory. James Lowe punching his ticket into the championship round of 4. Marcus Adams coming home in 3rd, punching his ticket into the championship round of 4. Ryan Decker coming home in 4th. Nick Wing rounding out your top 5. Ryan Worley just missing, coming home in 6th place tonight and 6th place in the championship points. Greg McConey has already punched his ticket in, coming home in 7th tonight. Joe Gautier tying with Bridger Olson for the final transfer spot, but Olson getting the tiebreaker based on top 5 finishes. Gautier coming home in 8th place tonight on track. Chris Worrell on the outside looking in, coming home in 9th. Dan Stein rounding out your top 10. Joe?
11th, we got Jason Papp. 12th, we got Mark McFadden. 13th, we got Bridger Olson. 14th, we got Ted Poland. 15th, we got Brian Tarnowski. 16th, we have Brandon Wilson. And 17th, we got Brandon White.
So that is going to about do it for us here tonight from Talladega. Again, be sure to tune in next week for the championship round of 4, as I guarantee you it's going to be a race you're not going to want to miss. Again, join us tomorrow night as well for the Resurgence League. I'm not 100% certain where they are going to be, but we will be bringing you the action for that at 8:20 Eastern Time. They will be at Auto Club tomorrow night. So the 2-miler at the California Speedway. Again, we will bring you the action tomorrow night starting at 8:20 Eastern Time, and then Sunday at 5:20 Eastern will be the Sears Point Road Race for the ISNF BladeNode.com Cup Series. For Mr. Joseph Lester, this is Tony Trapasso reminding you, folks, as you walk down the road of life, please don't play in traffic. We'll see you next week.